Okay. Gorgeous internet coverage right now. So everyone's having issues with internet at the moment. It is because we have Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So yes, it does connect to the intranet. Okay, we are here to do the update for the Twin Flame Collective. Now, spiritually speaking, I've been looking at different ways we can look at this energy, because I do know with all the Mars energy, it is getting a little bit fatiguing. So, look at my face, we're white, we're tired, we're trying to get things done. And there's also the yin and yang energy of both masculines and feminines doing the integration work. So it can feel very isolating at times when you are doing that. Now, by the time we move, and I keep thinking Saturn, I don't know why I keep every time I go to say September, I am seeing Saturn and Sagittarius, and I don't know if that's a cryptic message, but I keep going for those two words. So there must be something to do with that. Now, in September, we are having Mars going retrograde on the 9th. And I said to you guys I was going to be doing a reading to do with the Mars aspects, which I'll try and incorporate it into the energy of the zodiac signs. It's just the way this astrology's gone at the moment. So all of us have really, I did mention this at the beginning of the month, under offer, over deliver, because it's pretty hectic, trying to achieve things, having ascension symptoms. Very karmically in a sense of bookkeeping, paperwork and things to that degree, because between now and October, having your paperwork in order, dotting all your P's and Q's, the truth energy being in front of you and directly like just peeling the onion back and seeing a situation for what it really is, Uranus and Taurus, right? Not what the dream was, but what the reality is. Now, we do have a lot of distortion going on at the moment in the collective, and it is due to the astrology, and we're all human. So, yes, it happens to the best of us. And it is due to the fact that we do have Aries and Chiron, which is the wounded healer. Plus, it's sort of resonating a little bit from 2017 and 18, from what I remember spiritually, because we have Neptune and Pisces. Now, with Pisces, it is the 12th house energy. So psychology is coming up. We've also got the aspects of the wounds. We have Venus in Cancer, which is moving, dates. I've got to get the paperwork to have a look at the dates so I know it's moving into Leo. But with that energy that was coming up, a lot of the old nodal energies of where we're supposed to move from the south node towards the north node, these things are incredibly important in your twin flame path, guys. That's why I mention them. So I will get into the read. I pulled cards. But what I'm finding is, especially with my clientele, watching the astrology, seeing people energetically going through things and channeling the energy psychically, what I am noticing is this energy resonates very similar to 2017, 2018. And the reason I say that is because I had a lovely client that actually worked for Alcohol Anonymous. And I asked during that channeling if the clientele had increased during that time when we did have the energy of Pisces there, and they said it had. So yes, at a frequency level, we're in the retrograde effect. So things come at us more so, and it can become very psychologically distorted. So we may turn to food, we may turn to substance, we may turn to old patterns. Plus, with Mars going retrograde September 9th, it's going to activate these things. So we sort of had a 101 of introducing ourselves to an aspect of Mars going retrograde, which what will happen is more crap's going to come towards you. What can you take with you? What can't you? Where are you going? Can you cope? Then the energy with Mars is also linking to divine masculine. Now, we all have masculine inside us. So, with the threshold of what you're working on, your energy, trying not to swear because we're on YouTube, but giving F's to a situation, do you have that? Do you have the energy to give to a situation if it's not taking you to that high ground, trying to anchor your energy and being a spiritual being? Being spiritual does not mean giving your power away, and it's not control, okay? It's not so much control. You can empathically understand where other people come from, but you can't you can compassionately understand their emotions, but you can't actually help transform that. That's something at a very personal level that does occur, which happens internal in your own life. So empathically, when you're viewing it, It can become frustrating because you have been there and you may continue to be there in different shapes and forms in life. But the soul upgrade for the masculines is really large. So old patterns can be coming back, emotions can be coming back, trigger points, karmic frequencies. Also, because they are governed by Mars and Jupiter, next month major transits connected to that are coming up. So it's started kicking off this month. Next month, what's coming up is they will still have Jupiter retrograde holding space, which means unable to move forward, tying up loose ends of the past, looking at where they're going, feeling very distorted in a sense psychologically of what way is up. And I've heard so many synchronistic things coming through. The floor is lava and fire. You know, every reading I've listened to links to fire. Even a lovely friend of mine who gave me a channeled message was mentioning the energy of fire. With that, it's very cryptic in a sense. You know, part of the Phoenix rising is linked to the burn off, right? So, and that's very much with feminine and masculine. Now, this year, yes, it is to do with the great awakening of divine masculine. And with the Mars energy, it is to do with the burn off and the purge of the ego. We had the Leo energy. It's the growth and the ascension process. And the polarities of the old energy coming up with Venus and Cancer are anything that was left undone and not organized, made peace with, transformed, because I do believe both the South and the North Node end up becoming transformed because we're comfortable with the South Node and we're to move towards the North Node. But on this occasion, it was Cancer, which collectively Cancer is the fourth house placement, which is family, tribe, children, internal emotion. You know, it's our psychology, it's endings, and, you know, with an ending comes a new beginning. But it's domestic related situations. So if those things at a karmic level had not kind of balanced out and that had not been dealt with, I do look upon Mars as almost like a masculine Venus retrograde. So where they're putting energy, where it's a bit like an audit in the bank account. It's like, oh, heck, you know, I've been on autopilot trying to get all of these things done, very masculine energy. But meanwhile, Houston, you know, there's this, and this going on in the energy. Gee, didn't see that coming. And it's because we can't be 20 people. And that's been a major energy coming up for both feminines and masculines. Really trying to balance the things because we have such heavy Capricorn energy. So you do tend to have those abandonment related issues come up. Plus it's the frequency of having to be too many energies. So the balance, in a sense, moving towards October, which we currently have Juno in Libra, everyone collectively is looking at ways we can balance situations out. I love how everyone's so quiet. It's like we're in a classroom. I learned the hard way. I'm not a teacher, right? I'm articulating what's coming through. It's just I'm not used to you guys being so quiet. That's a bit quiet there. It's almost like we're floored. So I've been hearing the floor is lava. Yeah, me too. It's very fatiguing, you know. Look, I remember back to reaching union with self in the initial stage, which we're always working on that. It's Liar, Liar, the movie come up, which is you can't, once you reach a point, even if you wanted to be the ostrich and put your head in the sand, you've reached a spiritual point in your journey. And it's not that it's right or wrong. You know, we have so much ego connected to that. It's can we, can't we? And yes, even through adversity, we can grow. And there's that beautiful light that comes after that transformation. But the intent always is to ascend and not go backwards. So if we feel the frequency of going backwards, yes, it can trigger you. And it's it's opening that old wound that you had made peace with. So the environment as per se then needs to transform. So it's very, at times you guys may be feeling the scenario is looking very toxic. It's looking very distorted, very confusing. It is because this point in the journey is very psychologically draining for the masculines. Now, from recollection of what I went through in my part of the journey, which is what you guys are going through now, the end part of this year is hard, okay? So prior to the reunion with my twin, what I did have was I was coming into wholeness with myself. I was detaching from time. I was detaching from how it was going to be. There was very much I was choosing to do things that took me to that peaceful space. because you do reach the egoic purge of the third eye, which we've had that activated at the Lionsgate portal. Yes, some of us are positive, some of us are negative in that frequency, and we always go back and forward, guys. We're human. So, when you're saying 1-1, 1-1, we are the yin and we are the yang. We have the light and we have the dark. So sometimes, yes, we're seeing that very shaded, dark side of things. And it's like, oh, gosh, is there any hope? Are you the karmic? Is this even real? All of those things you do spiritually go through, then you're very detached. It's almost like you'd love to lie to yourself. You know what it is because it doesn't need a tag. So you just release it and you accept it. You make peace with it because you can feel the energy and you're trying to control the energy, right? But the egoic energy that was so heavy at the beginning of the month was to show, and I can't say it's true colors. It's ingrained inner childhood wounds. And it's 3D circumstances activating those things because like attracts like. So in the circumstances of the unresolved, we are co-creating at such a large magnitude. And my daughter asked me this very interesting question the other day. And I was like, heck, man, you don't know how strong my third eye is. I'm not going there. She said, this is how bizarre my child is. Could you read me? And I said, yes, I can, but I choose not to because we have infinite will. We have the ability to co-create our future. We are the magician energy, all of us. Some of us at a lower frequency, unfortunately, because we're ill-experienced, and others of us at such a profound, large level that we do not tune into certain things because we can, with a blink of an eye, manifest something that can be both yin and yang, dark and light, and it's dangerous. So the higher an ascension we get, we choose not to because we can become very dangerous with our abilities to manifest in 2.5. So she asked me, she said, I saw something. There was an image of a person that I knew, and I was like, oh. And it was message from source come to me, and I says, that's not a good thing that I'm seeing. And she says, can you say the same for me? I said, no, I won't tune into that. And even thinking about it's making me nauseated. And she says, no, okay. So for instance, can you tune into when my time will come? And I thought, Dad, I blew the energy out. I don't tune into that because my third eye is very strong. With the masculines, now both of you guys are, you're with the Saturn energy. So on the 9th, we're having Mars go retrograde, which is war energy. It's power, it's passion. It can be scarred, intimate energy. And I'm being cautious how I'm wording things for YouTube's sake, out of respect to them for being a platform. So, with that energy, if you are having dream states, if you're having astro travel, intimacy during astro travel, those things to that degree are there. With the Pisces energy, yes, karmic energies and people that are struggling are going to fall into that lower frequency, like yourself. Your environment tuning into those individuals can toxify the frequency. So by smudging, by using crystals, yes, you can protect it, and it will actually hand the energy back to those individuals. Very similar to manifesting, when you hear that a person is using black magic or has low frequency and they're tuning into you, there's hundreds and thousands of years of this being spoken about. We talk about it of the evil eye. We talk about it is, in Europe, it was what do they call them? And it's tagging again, but it's a metaphor to the frequency. It's the gypsies, okay? So, in the village my father lived in, which I always laugh about this in history, they were part French, part European that came into the village when it was colonized. So, other people come into the country. Now, there were French, which deem them as, madams, so to speak, but they were deeply psychic, and they would always cast a spell on you, theoretically, if you did something that they didn't agree with. So it was to gift it forward, pay it forward. If they come knocking at your door, it was pay it forward. Give to those less fortunate, which is really interesting because, yes, we do. But do we give to the hand that bites us? Gaia, source, God, yes, did. He had all his patrons around him and he paid it forward. But we also aren't that energy. We're a humanistic experience. We see the best in people, but we can't do the work for them, nor can we transform them if they choose not to change. Okay? you both have, for masculine and feminine, so I've pulled the karmic energy because the karmic energy can be a belief system we're holding. It can be a job, a person, a place, a family member. Yes, we had Venus and Cancer. So massive themes connecting to old cycles that we're ending. The energy of, where it is now after this transformation, be it they're in the connection, if it's a connection, be it it's a family-related dynamic, a financial-related dynamic, whatever it be. I've pulled the energy for that. So I'll try and break it down. Now, the crowning energy for masculine, funny enough, because we had Venus and Cancer, is family in reverse, which is the foundation. Okay, so I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one, but I also have pulled a ruin, and I'm going to read the ruin to you, and I'm going to go through each section, and I've also pulled the crowning energy for all three energies. So for the karmic, and the karmic could be a lesson. It doesn't have to be a human being. It can be an embodiment of a lesson, or it can be a physical family or a person or people. You get my gist, okay? Then I've pulled for the feminine and the masculine, and we have yin and yang, so it's both going to apply. So regardless, we'll tap into this energy. At the moment, the masculines have family in reverse, a foundation. We had Venus and Cancer, which is the 4th house placement. It would have been coming up for all of us collectively. Are we in the correct tribe? Is the tribe okay? Do we have safety? Can we provide? Psychologically, where is this balance? Is there give and take? Children would have been purging, indigos to that degree. Where is the ruin for this individual, please? Or frequency, because it can be feminine or masculine. You know my gist. You get the gist. Okay, and I pulled an animal totem. Just for listener and Jen and those of you who love animal totems. Oh, you can't make this up, okay? And it's in reverse too. Okay, so the ruin is in reverse. Are we surprised? It's hard for them at the moment because they're purging. They're having their ascension symptoms. So Mars and Jupiter links to them. On the 9th, Mars is going retrograde. We already have a shadow aspect of that with Aries and Chiron, which is Mars. That started earlier on in the piece. We're going through it this month. So moving into September, we've already semi-prepared for this exhaustion energy. And like hot potato, can we hold something? Can't we? Okay, if we can't, what are we going to do about it? Is there a plan? With all the end of the month energy, it's given us the Virgo aspects, which I keep hearing devil in the detail. Okay, could we look at this constructively? Could we look at it and make a plan? What's your side? What's this side? There are aspects during the month moving, and I'll try and find the paperwork connected to it, because there's particular dates that become quite adverse for masculine and feminine energies where they're not seeing eye to eye. So bear that in mind. Keep moving forward. Try and have patience. And respect, boundaries, so to speak. If something is too tense to talk about, leave it be. When it's ready, come back, do the communication, and you'll find it will work better. So the ruin that they have is, well, you can call it a U. So it links to birch. The animal is cow. Interesting. I used to work on a farm, I've milked the cow before. Constellation Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is Saturn's father. Now, funny enough, in mythology, I was reading this the other day, and I was quite, I can't say distorted, disturbed over. If you do read up on the mythology of it, they were talking about the aspect that Uranus was cast out from the family domain. He theoretically is the emperor, and then Saturn is the king. It's the hand-me-down gift, and it's handed to you to take over and do better. So in this storyline, it talks about the fact that the father energy did not do something in the traditional way. He knew the bigger spiritual way, and he cast out certain individuals from the tribe. So it was shunned upon. So it's very interesting that we do have Uranus retrograde. We had Venus in Cancer, which is tribe energy, which at a karmic level, we're all trying to find our footing. We're purging. First waves are always linked to purging paradigms of what family means and what your role is in it. It's like, Your ma, so it's your job to be at the kitchen sink, breastfeed, do X, Y, Z, which 9 times out of 10 for the feminines out there, if you do become a single parent, you're being a male and a female. With the masculine, again, the same paradigm. It's like, well, it's your role to be at work. You know, you should not be looking after the children, and both will experience that yin and yang of what that polarity is, because we're breaking down the paradigms and it's what fits. So tribe is what fits, how it fits, how do we mesh this mold? And you just keep coming back to the table till you can get that there, if that can happen. So with this, now it's in the reversal. Now, in the mundane, it's linked to strength, courage, skill, cunning, determination. Now, because of the fatigue, esoterically, this is formative power, initiation, soul shaping, spiritual progression. Now, in the reverse, it is showing degeneration, weakness, failability, subservience. And I'll read the bit of the snippet underneath. When the you ruin appears, you are offered the strength and courage to be what you are. A being created to thrive and survive. Able to overcome any obstacles by cunning, if not brute force. You is containing the integration, giving us the freedom to be ourselves, allowing us to know who we are and feel comfortable and well in our own skin. When we hold our rightful place in the universe, we are properly connected and able to draw on immense energies. These energies burn off the droves, removing anything which is not essential to be our true being, allowing us to be powerful in our element. This in turn gives us firm footings for our path through life. Reversed, degeneration, dissipation, weakness, and self-pity through self-ignorance is the first integral creatures born from melting ice. The ice loses its integrity and dissolves. Has the strength to liberate and sustain identity. Don't be, that sounds so bad. I'm not making this up. I picked these. It was just like, I didn't pick these. I smudged every one. You can ask Eagle. She observed me smudging every item prior to doing this. Don't be a wet drip. You will undermine not just yourself, but others too. Have the strength to be yourself and everything will support you. Okay. What else does it connect to? So Taurus. Taurus is the energy of life. It's finances. It's also, you know, being thrifty. It's being able to bring things together, wanting that brighter future. It's also a Venus energy. So it's like, yes, we can have, you know, with this, it's almost like I do feel with the foundation, there is a purge happening connecting to what was versus what is, because we have family in reverse, and that can be inner child wounds, Venus and Cancer, conditioning, belief systems in society. So it's not that you guys are doing a poor job. It's that you guys are purging through wanting to be everything to everyone, but all you're being asked to do. And the reason why the agitation is coming through so heavily and you're feeling unhinged is because you're choosing not to be yourself. So it's not that you're not choosing left, right, forward, back, forward. It's you're not choosing you, because the ruin is connected to you being you. It sounds so simple, but when we have an emotion connected to it and an expectation, which is a lot of what all of us do learn that we have to detach from, because an expectation is not a requirement. I expect you to be at school on time. The bus breaks down. Then they're pissed. I expected you to be to school on time. The bus broke down, but I expected you to. What you want and what you get don't always happen, and you do the best you can, but you've had the integrity, you've woken up, you've got dressed, you've gone, bang, the bus is broken down. Crap happens, right? So it's a fixed conditioning that you guys are fighting with at the moment. Now, what you are working with is the High Priestess, is your intuition, but intuition can also be ego. Now, it's not that that's a bad thing. Your intuition is good from a perspective that you're taking the pearls of your wisdom, right? Pomegranate, and the scribe, and the crown chakra as well. So this could be keeping you up at night. But what you're doing is you're tapping into your emotions. You know, this is a feminine energy, the High Priestess. So you're tapping into your emotions and you're going, heck, what should I do? You're playing out all the different scenarios of what this can be. You're looking at it. That's good and bad, because if you're making the same cake, you're going to get the same cake. If you've seen, or it's a bit like venturing into a forest and you've seen everything and you're going, okay, you're standing on the outside of the forest. It does apply if you're following your intuition and you're trying to do something on your side of the fence and say, okay, I'm going to operate with this situation differently. Therefore, the outcome has a potentiality to be different. But if you are doing a similar thing, your intuition is ego, because if you're coming to it and saying this is going to be different, external, we have no control. We potentially could judge based on previous circumstances. But if you're coming into that forest, it's a bit like Groundhog Day. You're walking into the forest with your intuition. You're looking left and right. And you're going, this is maybe what it was before, but now I'm going into this. You are going into this with your intuition, openly seeing, viewing, thinking, choosing. That then is a choice, right? Which you have power on your side. You don't have power on other people's side. Not feminines, not karmics, not work, not that's Gaia, right? So you physically are observing it. If you haven't changed the demeanor in a way and the intuition is egoic, you're walking into the forest, you're going to be having those same experiences. You might get an extra mosquito, maybe a piranha, but your intuition is here. And I'm going to pull a clarifier to see how that is helping you, which is good because it means you're thinking, which is healthy and rational. Now, the animal totem for you. I must have a deep masculine. No, the other side of me, the masculine, I feel this person's frustration, right? Dream time. It's in reverse. Lizard. Okay, I'm going to put it in the upright so you can see. What I did was when I smudged these, I didn't look at the cards, and I collected the ruins. I picked them out individually without looking, and then I placed the card inside the book, face down. Pay attention to your dreams and visions. Now remember, your ruin is this, you. Not other people's hopes and dreams, not other people's expectations, not following it into, like, you had a plan. Look at the plan in her hand. You have feelings too. You have the wealth and knowledge. You need to use your intuition. You have the plan in your hand. You've stopped because something's happened. Now you need to understand, if you are living or choosing for others, this has happened to me. How many feminines in the house? Please put your hands up, put a thumbs up. If you physically have made decisions based on other people at all times, and how did that go for you? You. So if you are consciously choosing to do something for everybody else but yourself, what happens? That's twin flame relationship aside. It doesn't go good. It don't go good. It's like an ice cream cone, and you're like, I wanted steak, which I don't like steak too much, but I wanted steak, and they've handed you an ice cream cone, and meanwhile it's melting in your hand, and you're going, but I didn't want a friggin' ice cream. But I'll take it anyway because that's what they're offering. You end up feeling dissatisfied. I really felt like a steak. And they gave me something else, but it'll be okay because it's an ice cream. And you probably have, if you hate ice cream, maybe it wasn't that you hate ice cream, you just didn't want ice cream on that day and you got steak, and it's like, but you're going to eat ice cream for the rest of your life and you can never have steak. That's pretty much the analogy of what's coming through. So you can never have steak, right? This is what you have to do. This is what society, your life, expectations, your belief system, your intuition, your ego, which is ego can be from conditioning. It's not that you're an ego. It's hey, we have been conditioned from childhood, unfortunately. And it's not that mother and father energy was wrong. That was the way our society was and we were conditioned. So, heck, Ma said you had to have a bloody ice cream for the rest of your life. I don't know what karmics maybe, but not mothers. Okay, mothers are going to go, you need to brush your teeth because your teeth are going to bloom and fall out. You're not going to be able to eat. So, higher frequency energies are going to go, you need your vegetables, love. This energy here, whatever it is, it's just an example. I'm serious. It's just an example. You're eating ice cream forever. And that means your hopes and dreams permanently never can be had due to the fact that you are giving your power away and choosing based on other people. Now, if it's mutual and you can find a middle ground, yes, that can work. You may be meditating upon how everyone can get what they want. And that's great. That's perfect. If you can achieve that and you can find that, that's great. But if you're physically doing it, it will only become temporary because you will be doing that. You'll get mad at yourself. You'll get mad at the situation. We get bitter. Okay, let's keep going. We know what else is coming up. Well, we never do. We're human, right? So we're in the humanistic experience. Now, at the heart of it, you are undecided. Now, it's funny because the crowning energy for all individuals is linked to Mars. And in the heart of it, this is Aries. Okay, this is Mars energy. Oh my gosh, what do I do if I choose this path? Am I going to be cursed? What if I make the wrong decision? I don't feel I have a choice. It's funny because there was a few readers that mentioned the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is here connected to the external reasons why this is happening, except it's in the reversal. So you do know truthfully, this is the belief and the conditioning and the situational shit what's coming up. Let's pull a clarify. What is the situation coming up for the divine masculines in the collective? Now, this is for those of you. I do not subscribe to doing readings based on in communication, out of communication, because from my experience, it's all energy. And I coach all of you guys at different levels in your journey. Many of you are now communicating with me. Those of you that have been in union for a year and you're coming to me going, we need to talk. Thank you. Because yes, it is difficult when you move into it because you're transforming, you're outlearning all those patterns and you're coming into it very differently. I do deal with all of you at different levels, but many of you are ascending very quick and there's going to be transformations, communication and movement. So this masculine energy is looking at life, looking at wounds, Aries and Chiron, wounds, right? Fears from the past, wanting to be healthy, looking at not wanting to be sick, not wanting to feel overwhelmed, wanting to be strong, wondering maybe even why they're feeling so tired because their connection to the energy is linked to Mars. So in general, they're going to feel more fatigued. They're going to feel more agitated, right? So with this, some wounds potentially can be coming up and it's causing indecision for them because they are very confused and potentially had heart chakra linking to certain situations. Financial, intimate, physical, hopes, dreams, whatever they be, linking to, how to bring everything together in union, abandonment, reunion. I'm thinking this is more to do with the masculine feeling. How can this be so? How do we do this? How does everyone get what they want? Trying to heal the fair-based frequency of losing feminine, losing hopes and dreams, losing themselves in the situation, and seeing the truth and the falseness and things. That the connection is always unconditional. Okay, external. Needing to make healthy choices relating to these external things. At a point, they may have felt that they had a lot of options. But actually, maybe not realizing that some of these options would have taken them to the same ground. So whatever this energy is, it's transforming. So they're looking at it and having to deal with it differently. They are an awareness of what these things are. They've been there, done that. They've drunk from the toxic cup. They've drunk from the drunk cup. They've drunk from the interesting, abundant cup. And I'm hearing life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. But when you do know what you're going to get and you go back to that same bloody box of chocolates and you pick that same Kinder Surprise and you know what you're going to get because you've been there, done that. It's ascension, it's progress, and it's education. So with this, it's about making the healthiest choice that is right for you. You are important too. What is that? Being loyal to you. I'm hearing I owe you. Faithfulness. Being loyal to you. Who has been there for you? But you've got to be there for you, right? So it's not about, it's not a competition. It's not, this person was good to me. So, you know, I had a beautiful person that I know. And I went through, part of my spiritual awakening was the realization that being in receivership mode means you can give, but it doesn't mean to say that you have to, how do I place it? If you give somebody something, it doesn't mean that they owe you something back. It's a choice. It's one-sided. You are physically choosing to give something to a person. I would like to give you a cupcake. I don't know why we're talking about food. I'm really not hungry. Maybe masculines are hungry because I'm definitely not hungry. Ice cream, steak. Maybe they got munchies. I don't know. Anywho. Oh, okay. So they know the truth and the falseness. That is so weird. Cat and dog. It's a dog eat dog world and a cat eat cat world. It's like the truth and, you know, the falseness and, you know, who has been there for them. It's a hard one. Yeah, feeling very unfortunate. The foundation. Feeling like they pushed and pulled in between a rock and a hard place. This could be jealousy. This could be greed. This can be the foundation is, I'm hearing piggy in the middle. Piggy, everyone wants a piece of the cake. But you have to feed yourself first, masculine. What do you? It's yes, you. What do you want? Go to the ground of what makes you happy. Go to the ground of what makes you at peace. Go to the ground that builds for you. Whatever that be. That could be the ice cream. Getting stuck in your head about it. Because, you know, this is the thing. I want you guys to use the analogy for any of you who's a masculine and you're stuck in this. Because it's a bloody heck of a journey, I'm telling you. And this year's astrology has been extremely tough, potentially for you guys for the last 3 years. When you come to this purgatory experience, and I've been through this myself, so I'm trying to share an example so that it can help you gain peace and look at it from a different perspective. Okay, so how do I look at this? What's the best way I can describe it? You know, love and hate are so close. They are, it's a fine line between pleasure and pain, right? Permanently, one cannot live being pulled and pushed. If there is a dynamic where you're being pulled and pushed, and you're feeling like you have to make everyone happy, that will exhaust you. You will come to a place where thinking about it won't change the fact that cycles are changing because we're always changing. You know, some people say, I want to know who I am. Some people say, I haven't even spent time on myself. Well, no, because when we are choosing based on what other people want, the anger comes through and the ones that are closest to us, we will take it out on them. Because we aren't in alignment. We aren't choosing what is correct for ourselves. So we're rarely actually angry at ourselves because we feel we have a non-entitlement to be happy. It's egoic because it's our conditioning. So I use this with a beautiful friend of mine who's still my friend, and she's scared of horses, and I love you, Lauren. I sent one to her, and I sent to Shelley frogs last night, which is interesting with the frog analogy, which links to feminine. So go and look at Frog Totem, because while Shelley and I were talking, it came up. With the thoughts and the ego, it's conditioning. So if you're only thinking about what other people want you to do, I want you to say the word Vegemite. Yes, I'm in Australia. Every time you go to make a decision and you're thinking, you need to ask yourself and acknowledge in your mind how often you are deciding based on another person's perspective. Is it your mother? Vegemite. Oh, I've got to do this. Do you want to do that? Or is it because the energy of expectation is there from a person? Acknowledge the person's name and acknowledge the word. And you can pick any bloody word you want. You can pick Yildiz friggin' readings. You can pick frog. You can pick heck, whatever word you want to use. Pick it and start noticing how often your mind has been conditioned to believe, right? Once you see that, you will be in awareness of how often people's nagging expectations have been nagging at you based on what they want, not what your truth and want is. Now, there's no perfect world. There's definitely no perfect world. And we have no control over people getting hurt. This is the perfect analogy, because the thing is, right, number one, I've had hundreds of tower moments in my life. Number two is I have learned, and fire energy kept coming up, and I thought it was really interesting with some of the meditation I did. I was like, okay, my best advice in life, and this has been my experience through and through, if you sweep things under the carpet, they pile up, and you end up with that energy of dark night of the soul going through deep depression. It's like it's catching up on me. Everyone's nagging at me. People are needing on me. But, if you'd moved all of that away, and if you can, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe all of that expectation out. Then sit with you, right? Then go away from the family conditioning, right? Red is your base chakra. You'll get lower backaches, aching bones, IBS, because people give you the shits. Get grounded. Take your shoes off. Take a breath and sit with you. Away from white noise, right? Breathe. Then I want you to sit there and say, okay, each step you're looking at, what can I do? And what can another person do? So when we're having, beautiful person explained, I don't have a relationship in my life, so I don't want to look at a romantic reading. And it's like, look, we have hundreds of relationships. We have relationships with mother, father, sister, brother, partners, exes, in-laws, teachers, bosses. We are relationship energy. We're at all times both having a relationship with us as well as ourselves. Now, we physically are not having a relationship with another person due to codependency. If we are navigating our connections all based on what others want, not what we want, you're actually not having any connection whatsoever. You are having an expectation connection. So, would you tolerate not getting paid for 3 months but still going to work? That's a healthy boundary. And if you did, you would probably, say, hey, you're pulling piss and I can't work for you no more. You would probably then follow that through. So with things, sometimes, yes, at a detached perspective, we do have to look at it and go, okay, is this to the benefit of the bigger picture? And can I control what another person does, or can't I? And the reality is none of us can control what another human being does. None of us can also navigate the energy of psychology, conditioning, belief systems. 90% of breakups, when you look at it, we each have had our own conditioning. So nobody's ever going to come into a relationship with the same paradigms and belief systems. Twins do tend to have similar trigger points because we are the mirror of each other. But when you are in different connections, you will still get that vibration of a lesson, because what we resonate with and where we've ascended to, we directly attract and detract. So you'll synchronistically know that when you're having a really crappy, I can say crappy day, but it's not. It's a crappy life. It's because the laws of attraction are what you vibrate, you attract. So if you believe that people are going to use you, yes, you will attract a lot of users in your life. If you believe that you're always going to be broke and everyone's always taking from you, it's victim consciousness. Yes, the vibration of the purgatory experience will bring you all of those experiences in so that you can reject it and be in higher alignment. So none of us are immune to this. And when these readings are done based on masculine and feminine, the last, I would say from 2012, we had activations. This is a real hard pocket of the journey at the moment. And a lot of masculines are having to learn these tools. Many of them are very, very spiritual. We are seeing it differently because our experience was different. That's not right or wrong. We guide and trigger each other. It's part of the journey. So it's not a personal thing. Now, external, how they see divine feminine and the direct connection, strength, which was what I was saying earlier. And I swear I can hear noise. There's my cat up. Just give me 5. Bloody cat. I'm telling you that Neptune energy with Pisces is almost like haunting energy. Hi, Natasha. Okay, so the interesting thing is divine masculine is seeing divine feminine as strength, that she is able to, and when you look at the Lionsgate portal and the energy of this card, it talks about a feminine being able to tame the anger, the aggression, the pain. So it's almost transformative energy in a sense. Being able to, but we can be coming across as very strong, right? Like a masculine energy. Let's pull a clarifier on this one because that can be good and bad. Because feminines are supposed to be in receivership mode, not in masculine mode all the time. So it depends on how they're seeing this at this point. Okay, how is the masculine seeing divine feminine in this connection? Like you work hard. You've worked hard to get where you are. Some of them may be feeling this is hard work. Some of them are thinking about you while they're at work. Some of them are scared of endings, okay, of this ending or the endings, of what endings mean, because they've got the death card. But they're going through a very hard time and they're not communicating about their pain, about their feelings. They're scared of to me, this is abandonment. It's like, can I have what I want? Can I have what I want? They're working hard. They feel like this is in danger. The connection is in danger. And they're also not talking to particular individuals. So it feels like energy split. Right? But I don't feel the connect. I just feel in general trying to make everyone happy. Well, this is kind of what happens, doesn't it? It kills you because you're working hard. You're thinking about it. The hand, it's almost like, it's like, one at the neck, 2 hands, like crucifixion. It's like, am I going to, is this going to kill me? Am I going to get in trouble? You get my gist. Okay. And they're like, look, not wanting to talk to certain individuals, feeling the separation energy, family in reverse, feeling kind of spread out all over the place. How are they supposed to be relating to this external? Looking at the ego of situations and acknowledging the burden of it. This is why it's coming up and what it's challenging them to address. How are they seeing the karmic energy and what are they supposed to be doing linked to that? And I've done this for the feminine as well. And I've done this for the karmic energy. Leave it out in the cold. Which is more to do with addressing the pain of the past, the regrets, any karmic energy connected to it. So that they can have their happy energy, so that they can have their new beginning and their celebration. again, new energy, turning over a new leaf. And however that be, whatever that be, dealing with abandonment issues, looking at the situation, yes, okay, regret. On your side of the fence, yes, but do not own the other side of the fence because you have no control over that. Fives are hard. Fives are really difficult energy. Now, 2021 is a 5 vibration year. But at the same time, communication is coming in relation to, emotions, feelings. So this is all coming up for masculine. And it's, it's regret, it's obsession. It's like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? You can't change the past. You also can't change people's opinions of you. Your opinion of you must change about you. These energies can be guilt trips. It can be victim consciousness. We all have this. Even feminines go through this frequency. And I'm not saying that's you. It could be external. It could be your belief to do with the situation, but it's a purge. You're feeling a hurt energy. You're feeling like everything's been taken from you, but you're actually holding 2 cups that are very valuable. What you have left is you're tapping into your feminine energy of your feelings, your emotions, and looking at it. But what you haven't seen is what's right in front of you. And it's more stable than what's broken, fortunately. Now, feminines, you guys are in your Mars energy, wanting to power ahead forward. You're like, look, I want to sing to my own dance. I want to be happy. I want to be playful. You're probably being a bit more assertive. You're being, no, yeah, my name is an I, my number's an I. And it's just 2 things that don't resonate with you. You're working hard. You have worked hard to get where you are. And it's got nothing to do with, you both have different polarities connected to foundations and family. One have had a more, okay, this could be ego too, because even people that are more positive inclined and maybe had a little bit of an easier go in things, it's each to their observation. It doesn't mean to say that feminine had it easy with family either. But feminine, potentially now, energy, this is family, this is foundation, this is the foundation in which we're moving to. We can take the yin and the yang of a situation, take the high road, not completely at all times. So initially, yes, we may be bells and roses, bells and whistles. Well, shit happens. Let's keep going. But it doesn't mean to say that the energy of feminine isn't feeling this frequency inside as well. But they're putting the poker face on, putting the strong energy on because they've been in their masculine energy. Because they've had to be in that frequency to deal with life. So they have the direct compassion and understanding connected to life sucks, right? Now we can take the high divination road and go off to make lighter energy and have a journey and have fun and be playful and bless the past be. And it's not you have to cast everything out. It's make peace with it to be in the high frequency so that both energies can be on the same page. At the moment, masculine's purging, so they're all up in their head, and that ain't helping because feminine's like, okay, then, I'm trying to get your attention, and it doesn't have to be you getting their attention. You're just trying to dance to your own tune, but you could be a little bit more nonchalant. You may be a little bit more, aggressive. It depends on how you're relating to it with the Mars energy, but the crowning energy for masculine, feminine, and karmic is Mars energy. So every human being on the planet is in that bloody Mars energy. So some may take on more the masculine attributes of being, God, there's all this crap happening with family over here, but I'm trying to work like masculine. And again, yin yang. Do you get my gist? So the ruin that feminine has, and it's ruin, it's like ruined. Let's get it. I haven't even seen, I've got your animal totem card in there, haven't looked. Trust your higher self. It's in the upright. You're trying to see above the situation. Now, this ruin is in reverse, and I haven't read the energy. It's in reverse. It's funny. It's in the upright, but it's looking to the past. So, yes, it's in the reverse. Okay, this is just a Scorpio, Mars. This has been coming up in all the twin flame private reads. Earth and fire. So you're looking at the direct foundation and you're looking at the passion, and you can't, this is freaking Mars energy. This is Mars energy. And it's sudden as well. It's like, right, I'm looking at the foundation, Houston. Scorpio is 8th house placement. 8th house placement is where we learn to who is working with us and who isn't. And the analogy I use connected to work is, would you go to work and not get paid and still smile? If you were donating your time, yes, because it was under that understanding that you were physically choosing to gift it forward and it was a conscious decision. But you would not enter into any contract without a contract, right? So feminines are looking at it like, okay, let me understand this. I'm willing to put energy in, but the contract appears to have been rewritten. Let me check it, please. Okay, let me see if, okay, so this card relates to movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. So feminine is open to that. She's in her Trinity energy with the yin, yang, as above, as below, as within. She has that balance there, but she needs to know the map. So she's looking at this going, hang on a minute, Scorpio, something's hidden, like there's devil in the detail. Scorpio is very psychic. They're looking at this like, let me get this straight, right? Let me go to my higher ground and absorb and observe. Where are you wanting me to go? Like, let's research what it says. Okay, mundane, obstacles, difficulties, stubbornness, heroic effort, patience, endurance. It's in reverse. Esoteric. Opportunity to deflate false ego, spiritual courage, protection, and off the guard. In reverse. Repression, pride, vanity, sexual abuse, abuse. But it's funny because the crowning energy, you're on a foundation. So you may be confused as to why this is in reverse. You're like, okay, regression. You're on the foundation. Masculines is in the reverse. That's because they're healing. So they're doing that work. They're close. They're still in the same energy. But there's healing and they're assessing and having a soul upgrade. You, on the other hand, may be held back due to the fact this person is having a spiritual upgrade. So you're a bit perplexed by this. In the reverse, suggest vulnerability and danger. Add demons and shadows. Unresolved issues may threaten to drag us down. They must be met head on and dealt with as a matter of urgency. Reversed may also warn against vengeful vindictiveness of the defeated. I can also foreshadow abuse. While the vibrant prince braves all to save Sleeping Beauty with true love's kiss, the selfish seducer may use false kisses to break down resistance only to revenge and spoil, then make off with the treasures. You're being guided to look at what has been given to you. But I feel this is, you're assessing the contract. You're assessing where things are at and you're being protective. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that. But I feel you being the upright, I feel this is an external situation. So you guys are on alert. You're like, I'm on alert. I'm sensing something. I'm feeling something. I'm looking at the psychic energy of Scorpio and I'm going, oh, I don't know. I'm feeling something. You're feeling something connected to your position or a karmic position. And you're like, yeah, okay, let me have a look at this. Okay, now, crowning energy on your mind. You're like, I'm like, what crop's going to come of this? Please help me understand. In the past position, external. Doubts because of a situation you're observing. And I don't think this is connected. It's not masculine. It's an external scenario that either you're dealing with on your side of the fence or that is surrounding you. But it's an external energy. Something to do with, again, a contract. So for some of you, this can be a contract. It can be your finances. You're looking at it and you're going, what crop is coming? Uranus in Taurus retrograde. What? Okay, Houston, we have a problem. Let's read over this fine print. Let's get down. So you're trying to understand what this is. Now, at the heart of the matter, you're wanting a fresh start, okay? Something is pushing you, though. So you're feeling a bit like it could be that you feel manipulated. It could be that somebody is pushing a situation and agitating and inflaming a situation. And the anxious energy could be the fact that you're intuitively getting a psychic download. Now, your foundation, you know something. You have had an update based on something, and you're being strong. You're wanting to cut through the crap and get to the heart of the matter. I don't know why I'm feeling like raising the sword. It's like you're putting your sword down to get you're trying to dig to the root core of this. Now, I've asked, how is your connection with the masculine? Now, this is really to do with, yes, it's fertile, it's ready, it's ripe, it's ready to go. There is a transformation happening with them, and I'm also seeing this very similar to Aries and Chiron. There is the connection, like you planted the seed, you're waiting for the harvest, but the crowning energy in your head is, well, where's the bloody harvest? Like, okay, you're ripe, everything's good to go. What's the go? How is this connection with you guys? What you're supposed to be focusing on is the connection. This is the confusion point. What you're supposed to learn and what you're supposed to let go of is the toxicity of having to struggle for this. So 5 is to do with you're thinking it's on your side of the fence, but it's not. This 5 energy, I feel you guys are sensing. Don't tune into, oh my God, is it going to be like this forever? No. Because you can manifest that, guys. Okay, so don't think of it in that way. Masculine is in the Emperor energy, which is great. Better than the Page. They're in the Emperor energy. This is where they're supposed to be. This is pushing them. You see them as the Emperor right now. They are the Emperor energy, but they're moving into their Mars energy, which is essential, but they're struggling at the moment. So it's coming up like a volcano. I can sense it, like Shelley said. Okay. You're wanting to focus on this divine connection. Some of you are feeling it, but others of you are feeling, hang on a minute. Why am I sensing this? Devil in the detail. Conflict. There's jealousy on masculine side, but I don't feel it's their energy. They're sensing it. They're dealing with it. Okay. Karmic energy. Nope, that's the crowning energy. Where's the tarot card for the karmic? Okay, so again, it's in the book. It's in the upright. Let's see. And the card's in reverse. Salmon, determination. You know where you are going and you will get there. Okay, they're undecided about that. Now, the funny thing is their crowning energy is crown chakra in reverse, which to me is Neptune and Pisces, feeling distorted, feeling confused, feeling overwhelmed. Is it going to be okay? Am I going to get what I need? How do I do this? Now, this relates to family. Now, it's funny because it's Cancer, constellation Cancer. Energy, the color is green, which can be heart chakra, and it can also be Aries and Chiron because high heart chakra is green. Healing that has not been completed. Cancer, 4th house placement. Domestic situations, psychology, Neptune and Pisces, psychology. Not having that foundation in their life where they feel they can provide for oneself, ability, cognitive ability, determination, self-esteem, all of those frequencies. This can be a male or a female or a physical scenario that has triggered this situation into fruition. Now, the crowning energy with this ruin relates to, it's funny because it's in the upright, nurturing, nourishment, mothering, fertility, beauty, healing, growth. Esocentric, earth mother, spiritual growth, sustenance. In reverse, neglect, sterility, and perversion. Intimate perversion. I'm trying to use my words correctly. I'm going to pull a clarify for the ruin. What is this relating to, please? So this can be something that they've done, their ability, something that's hidden, something that's coming out. They're trying to hide it. Something that potentially they haven't done. This can be even them going to prison for what they've done. Okay, crowning energy on their mind. Foolish, rebellious behavior, coming back to bite them. Karmic energy. Hi, SK. So it can be if they've done something wrong and illegal. They're really being guided to watch themselves, especially with their psychology. It can be observed at this point, especially with their abilities to provide and what they're doing with their money. Whatever this is, it can be physical. This could be incarceration. It could be 12th house is actually, if you didn't know, 12th house of crown chakra, which is Neptune and Pisces. It's in retrograde, which is distortion. It's disillusionment. It's innovation. But it's also, what are those dreams? Are they based on reality? Now, when we had Chiron and Pisces, there was a lot of distortion, right? So with that in reverse, yes, it does come down to subconscious mind, hidden resources, secrets, enemies, responsibility and social standing. It can be imprisonment, psychiatric wards. It's really a mishmash of anything. So if you're high frequency, you're going to be deeply psychic and deeply spiritual, and you'll see the higher meaning in everything. If you are not, this is, as I said to my mum, 1st to the 7th house, it's development. We learn lessons there. Everything other than that, when we move from the 7th and beyond, it's what happens externally with the direct foundation of the tools that we have achieved through our lives. So we are learning what to do and what not to do, how to do it, how to connect, how to problem solve. We have that foundation there. The crown chakra is in reverse. So if there's issues that's showing in the cracks, it's showing in their demeanor, their psychology, their opinions, their reactions and actions, and it's cause for concern. Yes, because we see a person in a light, which is, again, a paradigm. You are a mother or you are a father, and because this can be a male or a female or a direct emotional memory in a situation. Coming up in the reverse is really showing that potentially this transformation with this individual, if it's an individual, hasn't transformed. And look, they've got the Fool card in reverse, which does mean irresponsibility. Rebellious, maybe being harmful in their demeanor externally. Why? Because they're not dealing with conflict and it's a tactical approach. There could be manipulation and aggression. The red eyes, it's really, not wanting these changes to happen, but focus more on what they don't want to change than what they do want to change. And all of us collectively have those moments, but we have a choice. What can we do on our side of the fence? Not what we can look, even into Inflamed Journey. You initially play with it like it's a bloody game of chess, and then you realize that that's just fuckery. Because you can't change another person's mind. If they want to do something, they will. If they don't, they won't. They're not allowing room in their life to actually focus on what's on their side of the fence. Their room. Why? Because they're not bringing things together. They're focusing on what others are doing. External. No, in the heart. Okay. Bitterness, anger, aggression, jealousy, greed, dirty, no compassion, sorrow in reverse, no compassion, no ifs and buts about it, wanting what the masculine has, maybe about work, maybe about connections. This could be father energy coming through for them. It doesn't even have to be linked to a feminine or a masculine, which I'm telling you, most of this energy, what the karmic energies, if their people don't understand, none of this relates to masculine or feminine. All of us, masculine's energy, inner childhood wounds. Feminine's energy. We can't blame anyone. Inner childhood wounds is the initial one. And then from there, an occurrence happens and we have formed a pain body experience of how to deal with it. So this situation here in the karmic's life has nothing to do with tribe, has nothing to do with twin flame, masculine, feminine. This has to do with their foundation of a third-party energy. Now, if they are not dealing with separation, abandonment issues, or if there was a third party, in the love triangle, and they're looking at their life that's acceptable, it won't work. And the thing is, most of their wounds are linking to their childhood. They have avoided this and they have looked outside of themselves and they have expected another energy to heal them. Point blank zero. When we go through our ascension symptoms, we actually realize through the purging and the healing that we all have been in very codependent relationships. And it's really a bitter pill to swallow when we're doing that work on ourselves. And we literally wish we were who we were today many moons ago if we only had the tools and knew, and it's not that our parents did wrong. We're raised, we're given what we can. And to a degree, when you think of life, there's hope for this person in their mind, but what they're not understanding is they're the third wheel. Holding on to something that ended. And it's because and again, like, if you look at any movies and they talk about the love heart on the cheek, that's murderous energy. That's like, oh. Why? Because they don't want people to be happy, because they're so focused on unhappiness and creating unhappiness that the laws of attraction are they're attracting it. They're attracting it back to themselves. Like, and they're not going to be surprised by this because they've been manifesting this time and time and time and time again. So you keep getting the bloody same cake because you keep manifesting the same thing. How are they looking at the twin flame connection? Like it's strong. Like, and the 9 energy is hammer energy. Like, they're strong, right? They are strong individuals, but it doesn't mean they have to do everything. Now, what are their intents to attack? To cause shame, to cause ill. What should they be doing? Being fair and rational. That's hard with the 12th house in reverse, right? This is what universe is forcing them to see. This is what they're being guided to do. We can't, this is what I'm saying, guys. We're on a twin flame path. We're on a human path too. And unfortunately, in the collective at the moment, yes, we do have Neptune and Pisces. So if you have a friend around or someone, yes, ask how they're doing. They're waiting for something, but they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're waiting. They're waiting. If anything, this is victim consciousness. They're waiting for fairness to come on their side, but have they showed fairness? You can't expect fairness you could be a karmic on the feminine side or the masculine side. You could be a karmic boss. You could be a family member, however it be. If this is so, and you're looking at it like you're the victim, you do realize your crowning energy is imprisonment. And look, if a judge was to look at this situation, what do you think they would say? Just think about that really deeply, ego aside. Have your actions, have you left a paper trail to the point you have not been in your crown chakra? You do realize what can happen. I mean, paper trail, man. History repeating itself. History repeating itself, and your foolish energy isn't going to get other people in trouble. You're so focused on external energies here of what other people are doing, you're not looking at the fact judgment's coming. And if you don't be rational soon, the only thing you're waiting for is this. And this. You're better than that. You're better than that. Come on, man. Every human being on this planet, we talk about monogamy, right? Third party can be, cheating, betrayals, right? If you've had that happen and you're a twin flame, a masculine, a feminine, a karmic, it's hurtful, right? It bloody sucks. Every person deserves to be loved, but we can't expect someone else to love us if we don't love ourselves. So if we're saying, yeah, but I've got to stay because I love them, it's like, are they doing dirty by you? So you're saying to be loved, you have to be a doormat? No. Are you saying you will be happy to take sloppy seconds? No. You're better than that. Honest, you're better than that. Every human being is. When you let a bird free, honestly, that's the one revelation I had. That's okay, Louise. The one revelation I had, and there's no shade and judgment here. This is spiritual energy. This is energy of each person individually changing. And it's bloody sucky for all energies involved. Honest. Any person in this path in life that has had a third-party energy, you've been abandoned, you've been betrayed, you might have been raped, whatever that be. it's still your feelings, but you can't take it out on individuals around you. And if you do, you're going to keep attracting the same bloody cake. I said years ago, if somebody had come to me and said sorry, it wouldn't have made it better. So a lot of us with our ascension and our transformation and our healing, the thing is what you've got to get is, shit happens, right? And some of it diabolically horrible, really, really diabolically horrible. But if we're waiting and we feel magically like a magic wand's going to come across, right? It's going to come across and somebody's sorry. Do you physically in your mind feel it's going to go away? No, it's not, because it will live with you, that memory, that reality. And it is your job then to acknowledge that for yourself. So it's a bit like something terrible happening and then you're going, but they didn't acknowledge it. But have you sat with you and said, gee, that was real shit that happened? And then got to a point where you have looked at it so many times because it's an egoic purge. August bloody triggered that. It's crap. And you're going, oh, dark night of the soul, to the point you physically go, oh, I can't think about this anymore. I know it's there and it'll come up. It honestly will, guys, whoever you are. You're not bad people. Hurt people hurt people. But if it comes up somehow so it doesn't ruin your life and it doesn't ruin all the people around you like a rippling effect, you have to make peace with it. Because if you don't, thanks, sweet. If you don't, what's going to happen is mental imprisonment, physical imprisonment, psychological imprisonment. It's dis-ease. Dis-ease causes diseases. You get sick. You know, it's not good for anyone's health. So if you don't do something and you don't deal with that wound, it can be counseling, it can be reaching out and talking to someone, but you can't keep talking about something and not doing anything on it, doing the work. You have to do the work. Any questions? Crowning energy. Mars. Let's open the ruin for that one. Interesting reading. I was like, I didn't know what was going to come up and what was going to come up. Okay. Again, animal totem card, burning ring of fire. I saw that. When did I see that? 2017. I started seeing it a lot. Now, this card relates to Aries, relates to Mars, and it's fire. Burning ring of fire. Yeah, God, that song, I'm telling you, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I thought about that with my twin flame. That song resonated with me so much. I didn't realize it was near the tectonic plates. And yes, because we have certain planets in retrograde, yes, there is a likelihood of certain dynamics happening. And that can be earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, yes, and especially close to the eclipses. That aside, there is a shift. And I keep hearing the energy of fire. So it resonates. And what we're doing is we're burning off an egoic purge. Now, the card is in reverse. Let you see it. Free yourself of guilt and shame. Interesting. Innocence. Innocence. Going back to Venus and Cancer. And my download was correct. And this has come up. Tell me if I'm wrong. Many of you guys have either had these things playing out over the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 5's change. Relating to inner child wounds, relating to family-related dynamics. Why? Because we had the nodes in Cancer. And it is 4th house placement of family. We have such heavy Capricorn energy. So even if the karmics, the feminines, the masculines, at any point in this journey are feeling like we're victims, it's kind of sucky because the astrology was almost putting all of us individually on an island. We were thrown on an island energetically. And that was for us to level up, look at things, heal things, and Aries and Chiron is about healing. This happens to be in reverse because it is talking about the wounds that we haven't dealt with. And our ability physically where we might have been looking at other people, to do with our childhood wounds, to heal those things, maybe even spiking them and being nasty because we're all human. And going, I'm getting my protection on. The porcupine spikes up and rips its, little things out. Let's read what it means. Money is a comfort to everyone. Through every man ought to deal with it freely, if he wants to gain approval from the Lord. Gold causes strife among kingmen. The wolf grows up in the woods. True. I keep saying wolves too. Money is the strife among kingdom, and the fire of the flood tides and the paths of the serpent, which is the Kundalini. So it's the purging. Now, in the upright, which it's not, but what it's bringing up, it's not, and I feel this ruin links to for feminine, masculine, karmic, collective energy. It is to do with the energy of us healing certain things. So these healing energies is to do with destruction, greed, discord, power struggles, and the burnout. And what happens when we burn things out? So the one thing I've noticed with ascension symptoms with purging a belief system inside the chakra system, because we've got oversoul energy that works with us, we've got an auric field. We also, with the laws of attraction, our mind is magic to the point it is the world, that when you aren't in alignment with the mind and you're 2,3D or 2,5D, you aren't fluid. You attract things. Money, success, wealth, status, power, ambition, opportunity is it's a frequency. So money, for instance, self-worth energy. Do I feel I can achieve? Do I have the tools at my disposition? Am I a co-creator, which is still fertility? It's from the fertility chakra energy. It's both your hunter-gatherer and the inner child energy. It's co-creative energy. It's also a vibration. Success. Again, because it's in reverse, do you feel because something didn't work, you're not a success? No, it's circumstantial. It can be, hi, Michelle. It can be, again, it takes two to tango. It's like, so if you say you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then the person says, yes, okay, I'm going to be there. The bus is picking me up and the bus breaks down. It's out of your control. So success. So if that person didn't turn up and they said they were going to turn up, does that mean it's not a success? No. So it's an egoic experience. Status and power. There are power pools here, and this is coming through in the whole read. Now, in the esoteric, generative energy, mobility, creativity, magical powers. I'm freaking telling you. What are we attracting, guys? What are we vibrating? Anchor the energy in. Now, we did have the Schumann resonance spike to 48. I did say it was going to spike. You see a slight shadow happening and then it's spiking. Thanks, sweet. When that happens, you know, especially a lot of you that have had your awakening, you're going through your awakening process, right? Your third eye's open. You're going to be very susceptible to vibration. You will know what the karmic's doing. And karmic, yes, I know what you're doing. Number one, I am psychic. I have been since I was a child. A lot of things that I know on my twin side that the karmic's gone through, I've gone through the same thing. But again, as healers, all of us collectively need to understand, how do I place it? Sometimes the tower comes down and we need to let it fall. So in life, we have two choices: sweep it under the carpet or walk into the fire. Dealing with things head on, like an adult. Dealing with things in a truthful frequency of observing a situation, stepping back and looking at it from an external point of view. And I do that myself. And that is so I am partial to a situation. Looking at it to check myself, looking at it to check other energies, and then viewing the collective of the situation. So my third eye is always open. I intuitively know. And I have a great poker face, so I do know when things are up. I also know she stalks my channel. Destructive, greed, discord, power struggles, and burnout. And still the advice I give is to move them to the high ground. Oh, really, look, we only walk on lava if we think we don't know. If we know, we're always prepared. We're not unprepared. We're prepared because we've lived it. When you live a certain vibration, you have experienced a dynamic, if you ignore it, you're being ignorant. So it's not like you're blind to a truth. You are open to people changing, but it also needs to be proven. And if it's not proven, you don't believe it. And the wolf coming up is to do with the fact, well, you know, the leopard doesn't change its stripes, so it's the same thing. So what's coming up for this? Let's see. This really to do with karmic, tribe energy, because fourth house has come up so much, with feminines, which can be your feelings, and the external world, which is masculine, feminine, also masculine, feminine. Okay, porcupine, wounds, Aries and Chiron. You know, Mars is going retrograde, so if you think this shit's bad now, karmics, you don't want to mess with masculines next month. You really do not. You will friggin' regret it, I'm telling you. And even twin flames, don't back off. Keep away. What they're going through is what you've been through before you know what's coming. Look at where you owned your power. Like, FYI, run. This is going to get hot and heavy. You just want to, like, okay, cool it down. That's like the ram running. That, where is it? Yeah, this is what you know masculine is. This is what's coming. I can feel it. That's why I keep hearing the floor is lava. It's like, nobody has seen masculines coming up the way this is coming. And I'm pre-warning everyone. It's like, we wish we were ostriches. I'm telling you. Okay. As each of the ruined poems suggest, however, it should be in mind of material gain, and material gains can unbalance your relationship with your fellows, creating jealousy and strife. Caution could be exercised. Don't be greedy. Share your good fortune and you will prosper. Yeah. What gained at the expense of others will result in a reckoning. I'm telling you. I mean, if we've dealt with our wounds and other people haven't, and they're coming through in a lower frequency, this is a pre-warning for that, because this is feminine, masculine, karmic energies, right? That can be a male or a female karmic. It can be a mother, father energy, whoever it be. Don't be greedy. Share your good fortune and you will prosper. What is gained at the expense of others will result in a reckoning. Balance may be restored at your expense, resulting in alienation and poverty. The flip side threatens discord, power struggles, like a fire that burns out of control. Destruction and burnout tendencies. Tend your fire carefully and don't feed it with the neighborhood wood. This has been coming up. I've even been getting channelings of it. If your neighbor has no fuel, share it. Share the warmth of the fire. On the material plane, what the opportunity for personal empowerment is in the offering. Wealth may be accumulated on any plane. This can mean greater material prosperity, accumulated knowledge, enhanced social standing, indeed success in any sphere, including sport, scarred intimate energy, like actually manifesting things. Our physical manifestation ability is going to be there. But the wounds that we haven't dealt with are coming up. And if we are coming, any one of us are coming to dangerously, there is, okay, for the karmic, what will happen? Psychology, paper trail, you know, it's coming up. This is what will happen. This is their foundation. For the masculine, you're gonna have to ask yourself, wounds to do with this are healing, right? But you are being asked to focus on your dreams, focus on your intuition, and think logically. What do you want? You know what history is. You know. Observe. Share, but also people can't take more than they're giving. It's give and take. 8th house for all individuals. Feminine, you know who you are. You know who you're aligned to be, what you're able to give. You know who masculine is. You're also not willing to not reap anything. Like, you know, you won't invest in something that's toxic. You're observant. Any warnings for feminines? Watch for change in behavior. Okay? Somebody that has been shady to you is trying to be nice. Watch for shady behavior. Masculines. I didn't even ask a question, sorry. Masculines, what do you guys need to be aware of? Oh, I think you know. Depression, sadness, choose your happiness. Okay, karmics, any additional messages for you? You're being your own worst enemy. Okay, karma does come. You've got to be careful with your actions. That's not to say you're a bad person. It is to say that the energy is needing to be healed, because we attract this, right? If you feel everyone's against you, oh my God, I'm going to have a bloody heart attack. I'm going to have to transfer that back to you. I don't even know what dollars that's in. Okay. I mean, what? Am I going to go buy a house? Okay. With this energy, you've got my Skype anyway, Jan. Taiwan dollars. What's the... I love you, lady. She's my little angel. I love her. She has the most beautiful artwork, and I just love her co-creative energy. I feel very honored. She does lots of pictures of me. She makes me look better than I do. Okay, what other energies? Okay, pay attention to the energy of maybe schooling, upskilling for the karmics. You know, do the work. Do the work on yourself, because you don't understand. What you guys are missing out on is a beautiful life. Like your capacity, the love that you have with the people that are around you is massive. It's like you're wasting it. You're really wasting your capacity. You didn't come here to just live this path like this. You're so much more deserving than this energy. To Pluto, I'm back. I am Pluto energy, actually, which is so sad, because I'm used to endings. It's like, next. This is what my girlfriend used to say. She'd be like, and then she'd say to me, don't say it, Yildiz, because we manifest it. And it's true. We have to. The truth is, you will get to a place where you don't manifest things. Why? Because you understand that universe knows better. I don't mess with it no more. So I can manifest very quickly if I need to. And I can tap into energy over manifesting. And I'm like, it's a yes or it's a no. I know automatically. But I also do know that my mind is so dangerous in a sense that I can accidentally manifest. Well, it's not accidentally. If I give it too much tuning, I usher the energy in and I feel it. I feel it. Any questions in the house before I go? Because, oh my gosh, I've been here like channeling this energy for all. I know it's been a while, guys. I'm telling you, it's been one of those months. It's been really weird. Really bloody weird. It's not fun. Love to each of you. Definitely, you know, smudge stick your house. I could say send love and light, but all of this is like, it's such a cop-out to say it's divinely guided, because it's not. We do choose the way we react to situations. We all have choices. But yeah, it's sucky. There is a lot of aggressive energy, and that's connecting with everyone, not just twin flames. I'm telling you, everyone on the planet at the moment, because Mars is there, it's so disruptive. It's so emotionally charged. You know, there's lockdown energy, there's ins and outs. It's, oh my gosh, it's been a year. You know, some of you have had a very long journey as well. There's separate energies going on. We're looking at finances and stability, and there's a lot of fatigue. So this time of the year, because Mars is going retrograde, you're pretty much given your shot, you know, where you've purged a lot of things. And then finally, when you feel you get more energy, masculines are having Mars go retrograde. It'll still affect the feminines. So we have Mars going retrograde on the 9th. Then we're holding space. We feel stuck. Doors may not open. We had the Virgo energy to open up our mind and look at things differently. Once Jupiter goes direct, it's in Capricorn. I mean, that is karmically karmic on top of top. I mean, we've already seen with Venus Venus in Cancer energy has done, and that's to do with justice, legalities. I mean, there could be court connections to do with all of this. Then there is the energy of Jupiter going direct. Now, that's pretty much grab what you got. You've gained all the information you need. Where are you going? What are you doing? So Jupiter goes direct September 13th. Then we have at the end of the month, we have Saturn going direct in Capricorn. That's two. Jupiter and Saturn are making a aspect at the end of the year, which will be very interesting. And we will have Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, which is wider group energy. So, you know, somebody asked me the other day, do I see borders and things to that degree opening? Potentially, yes. But it will be more so linking to, you know, Jupiter, because Jupiter links to Sagittarius, which is transport on a global level. So borders to the degree could open, but we've got the nodes in Gemini, which could mean a lot, you know, 2.5 years. So we just got to wait and see how it goes. But yes, potentially that can be coming up. Now, so for the crowning energy, before I say anything, I did pull cards for the crowning energy for all three. Now, yes, we had the Mars energy. For it, follow your psychic downloads, trust your intuition. If you feel something, trust it, for goodness sakes. Don't just gauge it based on what's being said, based on what your downloads are. It's got to match. You might hear things through the grapevine. People might be spinning you BS. You need to know, read between the lines, follow your intuition and your psychic downloads. You may be hearing songs and then it links to something and bang, it's happening. Okay? Mother-daughter problems. Yeah, well, Venus and Cancer everyone's experiencing it. So if you're thinking you're having a bloody crappy month and you're like, the kids are driving me crazy, everyone's going through it. Hi, Hope. How you doing? I hope this has helped. I have to watch this video. Yeah, doll, you will. I was already thinking about you before you inboxed me on Skype, and I was like, it's okay, it's okay. I was coming on last night, but I was like, no, I'm so tired. I'm not going to be able to channel. So if I don't come on at night time for you guys, I really apologize, but I'm just not going to give you a half-butt reading. I'm just not, okay? Mars has been kicking my butt. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm getting older, you know. I'm 44 this year. I'm no spring chicken. Even though, you know, I say I'm like an ADHD go-go gadget bunny, you still do get tired. Thank you, all of you, for your very generous donations. I'm going to try and gauge whether I'm probably going to end up doing the Zodiac signs for September. I'll give you an update on the community post, and yes, I will be doing them live. Due to the fact that we've got Uranus retrograde, it does affect intranet. So I'm getting them done so they're uploaded and done. And hopefully I can start on the mid-months after that. So I'll do 4 per day. I will give you the heads up what day it's going to be and what element I'll do. So I'll do earth, air, fire, water, but I'll go through each zodiac sign individually, get that done. And it will be scheduled per day. Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't feel 44. At the moment with the fatigue, I feel 99. But no, that would mean I'm wise, you know, and I think I've still got a bit of that to come to. Oh, I love you guys. 48 next month. And I'm telling you, true heart, you look bloody half my age. I looked at her the other day and when she told me, I'm like, what? I mean, some people just age so well. Make me sick. I love you anyway. Never mind. Anywho. Yeah, well, court is coming up. And look, it's funny because because we've got Juno in Libra, it relates to females, but it's also the justice, right? It's the justice card. I love you and leave you. It's because my crown chakra is pinging. That's why I always affect technology. I don't feel so young, but thank you. Love and light, guys. Thank you so much. I'll put a community tab up when I'm coming to do the Zodiacs.